I want to tell you what I was watching before I ever got here. Videos just like this one. Retired guys on balconies, coffee in hand, telling you their rent is $300 and the people are the kindest they've ever met. Relaxed. Glowing, almost the glow of someone who found the answer and is now handing it to you. I watched dozens of them, took notes for 4 months before I ever booked a flight. Certain I understood exactly what I was walking into. I did not understand what I was walking into. Not because those men were lying. They weren't. Everything they said was true. But there's a version of the truth made entirely of true things that still leaves you sitting in the dark, unprepared. My 4th night here, I was on the floor of my first apartment in Ipoh in the dark because the power went out and nobody in any video mentioned you need candles ready. I thought, why did nobody tell me about this part? So today, that's what I'm doing. I'm 68. I've been in Malaysia 2.5 years. I love it here. I'm not going home. And I'm going to tell you what those balcony videos left out. First thing that hit me, the heat. Every video mentions it. Not one told me what it actually is. It's not a temperature. It's a condition. Full body, all day, does not negotiate. I came from Ohio, people said. Robert, you know heat. Not the same thing. Ohio heat breaks at night. This heat follows you indoors. 7 in the morning, 7 at night. It doesn't clock out. First month, I was tired in a way I'd never been tired in my life. Not sick, not lazy, just depleted, like it was drawing on something in me I didn't know had a limit. You adapt takes about 3 months. Then one morning you stop fighting it, the way you stop hearing a fan running. But nobody told me about those 3 months. Nobody said your body spends a full season renegotiating its whole relationship with temperature, and somewhere in there you'll wonder if you made a catastrophic mistake. Then one morning it's just warm instead of an assault, and you know the worst is behind you. Second, loneliness. And I want to be precise because the way people describe it is a little misleading. The videos say you'll feel lonely at first, but you'll build community. True. But that implies a gentler timeline than what actually happens. Here's what actually happens. You land and everyone's warm and welcoming and you're surrounded by people and deeply, specifically alone. In some ways worse than the loneliness back home, because back home you knew why. Here you're surrounded by warmth and still can't quite reach it. Nobody prepared me for that gap. The warmth is immediate. The belonging takes time. Not weeks, months. Real belonging, the kind where somebody notices if you don't show up, where a neighbor checks your door during a blackout because they know you're alone. That took me about 5 months. I almost went home at month 2. Not from danger, from the specific, pointed loneliness of a man who can see the life he wants and can't reach it yet. I'm telling you plainly, if that hits you in month 2, that is not evidence you made a mistake. That's evidence you're 2 months into something that takes 5. Third, and this is the one no video ever mentioned, the scam conversation. I'm not telling you Malaysia is full of people trying to take advantage of you. It isn't. Most people here are decent and genuine in a way that still catches me off guard 2.5 years in. But there's a minority, and it targets older foreigners living alone. If you've only watched videos about how warm everyone is, you won't see it coming. The pattern is simple. Someone's friendly, very friendly in a way that feels exactly like the warmth you were promised. Over time, a need shows up. A relative's medical bill, a small loan, just this once. It starts small, builds slowly enough that each step feels reasonable, and you don't see the total until you're a lot poorer and a lot wiser. A man I know, a good-natured 70-year-old named Gordon from Manchester, lost close to $3,000 over 6 months to someone he considered a real friend. The rule his son gave him afterward is the one I now pass to every retiree I meet here. No money changes hands with anyone you've known less than a year. No exceptions, however sympathetic the story. Tell people you don't lend money. The real friends understand. The ones who don't, that rule was made for them. Now that I've told you the hard parts, let me tell you what I didn't see coming. I didn't expect to feel more useful at 68 than I had in the 5 years before I left. I help out a few mornings a week fixing wiring and plumbing at a community center near the market. 41 years of that skill, and for the first time in years it mattered again. I didn't expect to sleep the way I sleep now. 8 hours. Most nights hadn't done that since my 40s. My doctor says it's the absence of chronic financial stress. When you stop running that quiet arithmetic in your head every time you pick something up in a store, something in your body lets go that you didn't even know was clenched. Real numbers, no rounding. Apartment, $350 a month. Food, utilities, everything else combined, around $250 more. Call it $600 a month, total. My Social Security and pension together, $2,500 a month. In Ohio, my savings drained by about $180 a month. Here, they grow by roughly $900. Same income, different math entirely. Malaysia is not paradise. There's real difficulty here, and you'll meet it, but it's a real place with a real life in it that costs a fraction of what that life costs back home. And it asks things of you in exchange: patience with the heat, faith that the loneliness is temporary, caution with your trust. Nobody told me the hard parts before I came. I've just told you. Go anyway, but go knowing.